You can work hard, earn more money, and still remain trapped in the same financial life. Because income does not automatically create freedom. If the system controlling your money is broken, more income simply gives that system more money to destroy. There are 5 behaviors that keep people financially stuck. The first 4 quietly consume your money, but the 5th is more dangerous because it can bring the other 4 back even after you think you have fixed them. This is not about blaming people for low wages, rising costs, debt, illness, or bad luck. Those pressures are real. This is about identifying the part of the problem that still belongs to you, because that is the part you can change. And the first behavior begins the moment you get paid. Behavior 1. You spend before you protect. Payday arrives, and for a few hours you feel lighter. You pay the rent, you clear a bill, you order something you have wanted. You tell yourself you will save whatever is left, but nothing is left. The mistake is not that you spend money. Everyone has to spend. The mistake is giving every expense, impulse, and request access to your income before your future receives anything. Most people try to save at the end of the month. By then, every pound or dollar has already been assigned a job by someone else. The delivery app has a job for it. The subscription has a job for it. The lender has a job for it. Even your friends may have a job for it. Your future is the only one waiting politely. Then a tire fails, a phone dies, a work shift disappears. What should have been an inconvenience becomes a crisis because there is no space between you and the problem. That space is what a buffer buys. Not luxury, not status, time to think. The ability to absorb a hit without immediately borrowing, panicking, or selling something you need. Here is the test. When money enters your account, does any part of it become unavailable for ordinary spending immediately? If the answer is no, you do not have a saving system. You have a hope. Start smaller than your ego wants. The amount is less important than the order. Protect something first, then live on what remains. $5, 20 pounds, 1%. The first victory is not the balance. It is proving that your future no longer comes last. But even a good system can be defeated if spending has become emotional medicine. Behavior 2. You buy relief, approval, or identity. Some purchases solve a problem. Others solve a feeling for 20 minutes. You have a hard day, so you reward yourself. You feel behind, so you buy something that makes you look ahead. You feel invisible, so you purchase a version of yourself that other people might notice. The object is real, but the reason is emotional. This is why a person can regret a purchase before the parcel even arrives. The brain received its reward at checkout. Everything after that, the delivery, the bill, the clutter, is the cost of a feeling that has already disappeared. Status spending is even more expensive. You do not buy the car only to travel. You buy the reaction at the traffic light. You do not buy the logo only for quality. You buy the possibility that a stranger will assign you more value. But admiration rented with monthly payments is not respect. It is pressure wearing good clothes. Ask yourself one brutal question before a non-essential purchase. If nobody could ever see this, would I still want it? If the answer is no, you are not buying the product. You are buying proof. Use a 72-hour pause for anything driven by emotion or appearance. Do not argue with yourself. Put it on a list and return 3 days later. If you still want it, it fits your priorities, and you can afford it without stealing from your buffer. Decide then. This is not about never enjoying money. Money should improve your life. But enjoyment chosen deliberately feels very different from relief purchased under pressure. The strongest person in the room is rarely the one trying hardest to look successful. Real strength can tolerate being underestimated, while it builds something nobody can see yet. And that leads to the third behavior, because many expensive mistakes survive behind one sentence. I'm just not good with money. Behavior 3. You avoid the numbers. The number you refuse to look at does not disappear. It simply controls you from the dark. You avoid opening the banking app. You pay the minimum without checking how long the debt will last. You agree to a monthly payment because the full price feels too painful. You call investing gambling because learning the difference would require effort. Avoidance creates temporary comfort, but it charges interest. You do not need to become an accountant. You need to understand the small set of rules shaping your life. What comes in, what goes out, what you owe, what it costs you, what you own, and what grows over time. That knowledge creates better questions. Instead of asking, "Can I afford the monthly payment?" you ask, "What is the total cost?" Instead of asking, "How much credit do I have left?" you ask, "How much of my future income have I already promised?" Instead of asking, "What investment will make me rich quickly?" you ask, "What do I understand well enough to hold patiently at a level of risk I can live with?" Give your money 10 honest minutes once a week. No shame, no fantasy. Write down 4 numbers: income, essential costs, debt, and cash available. Then choose one number to improve. Clarity may feel uncomfortable for 10 minutes. Confusion can remain expensive for 10 years. Money is not a personality test. It is a skill. Every time you learn one principle and apply it, you become slightly harder to manipulate by advertising, by lenders, by social pressure, and by your own impulses. But knowledge has a trap of its own. You can spend years learning and still delay the action that gives money its greatest advantage. Behavior 4. You keep waiting for the perfect time. I will start when I earn more. I will start when life settles down. I will start after one more debt is gone, one more expense passes, one more year begins. Sometimes waiting is sensible. High-interest debt, unstable income, or no emergency cushion can change the right order. But many people are not following a plan. They are using a future date to avoid making a decision today. The perfect month never arrives. Life does not settle down and remain settled. There will always be another bill, another uncertainty, another reason to postpone becoming the person who prepares. Time matters because money can compound. Growth can earn growth, and the longer that process has, the more work time can do. Waiting does not send you an invoice. That is what makes it dangerous. The cost stays invisible until years have passed. You never receive a letter saying, "This is what hesitation cost you." You simply reach a later age with less freedom than your younger self could have built. The answer is not to throw money into something you do not understand. It is to learn, make a plan that fits your circumstances, and begin at a size small enough to sustain. One automatic contribution does something psychologically important. It turns preparation from an intention into an identity. You stop saying, "One day I will start." You become someone who has started, and now we reach the 5th behavior, the one that quietly rebuilds every trap you just escaped. Behavior 5. You let scarcity become your identity. Scarcity can be real. Sometimes there genuinely is not enough money, time, safety, or opportunity. A mindset does not erase rent, repair a broken car, or create a higher wage overnight. But there is a difference between experiencing scarcity and allowing scarcity to decide who you are. When there is not enough becomes your permanent identity, every decision becomes defensive. You grab relief now because the future feels unreliable. You avoid looking at numbers because the truth feels threatening. You reject long-term plans because you cannot imagine life being different. You protect familiar pain because unfamiliar progress feels risky. That is why the first 4 behaviors return. You spend everything because keeping money feels impossible. You buy status because looking successful feels more reachable than becoming secure. You avoid learning because every new fact sounds like proof that you are behind. You delay investing because your mind treats every pound or dollar as if it may be the last one you ever receive. The 5th behavior is not simply negative thinking. It is repeatedly choosing short-term emotional safety over long-term financial strength and then calling that choice reality. The shift begins with a better question. Why is everything against me? Ask, given what is true, what move is still mine? Maybe the move is applying for one better paid role. Maybe it is canceling one expense that no longer serves you. Maybe it is facing a debt you have avoided, learning one financial concept, building your first small buffer, or asking for qualified help. Ownership does not mean blaming yourself for everything that happened. It means refusing to surrender the next decision. And that is the difference between the two identities. One person says, "This is just who I am with money." The other says, "This is the pattern I have practiced. A pattern can be replaced." The first protects the past. The second begins building evidence. Evidence is how identity changes, not through motivation, through repeated proof. One payday when you protect money first. One moment when you feel the urge to buy approval and wait instead. One evening when you open the account and face the number. One automatic contribution that continues without needing another speech. One decision made from possibility instead of panic. None of these actions will make you rich overnight. That is precisely why they matter. They are too quiet to impress anyone, but powerful enough to change the direction of your life. The reset. Do not try to repair all 5 behaviors at once. That creates intensity for 3 days and guilt on the 4th. Choose the behavior that made you most uncomfortable. If you spend before you protect, automate a small transfer on payday. If you buy relief or approval, use the 72-hour rule. If you avoid the numbers, schedule 10 honest minutes this week. If you keep waiting, learn the next responsible step for your circumstances and put a date on it. If scarcity has become your identity, write down one move that is still yours and complete it before the day ends. Your income matters. Your circumstance matter. The economy matters. But none of them should be used to hide the decisions that remain under your control. You do not need to look rich. You need to become harder to break. That begins when you stop spending to prove, stop hiding from facts, stop waiting for perfect conditions, and stop treating an old pattern as a permanent identity. Which of the 5 behaviors caught you? Put the number in the comments, not as a confession, but as a decision about where you begin. And if you want more direct psychology about money, power, and the patterns controlling your life, subscribe. The moment your behavior stops protecting the trap starts losing its power.